Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Dead Rising grabbing the Gourmet achievement. This is to eat every single type of food in the mall as well as drink every single type of mix. We're going to start off in Paradise Plaza and then we're going to head upstairs to the Colombian Roastmasters Cafe. This is the place where we get our infinite supply of orange juice to heal up between missions, so this is a pretty good place to keep in mind while playing the game. But this is one of the few places where pies appear, so make sure you eat one of the pies. You can also get started on mixes while you're here, so grab 2 pies and then put them in the blender to get untouchable, and that's going to be the first drink here. You also have your infinite supply of orange juice right next to the blender, so you can get the orange juice out of the way if you want, but we're going to mix 2 of them together in order to get nectar, which is our second drink mix. So grab those 2, and that'll knock those 2 off the list. There's going to be 6 total, and you can get 3 in this part of the mall. Once you're done with that, we are going to head downstairs and head to Jill's Sandwiches. It is the restaurant in the corner between the exit and the movie theater, and in there you want to grab 2 bottles of ketchup, and we are going to take those back to the blender to make Spitfire, which is going to be the third drink mix. So head behind the counter and grab your ketchup. There's also baguettes and pies in here if you want to knock those out of the way early, but we're just going to focus on the few mixes we can get here so we can free up our inventory space for later. So grab the 2 bottles of ketchup and then bring them back to the blender, mix those 2 up, and get Spitfire. And keep in mind you have to drink these beverages, but we're going to hang on to them for now, simply because some of them have weird effects that will slow us down, so we're just going to save them till the end. But anyways, you want to head over to the North Plaza. There is a grocery store there that you visit at some point in the game. No spoilers, but in here you have every single type of food except for the pie. So we're going to start off with the vegetables off to the right. Grab the zucchini and the corn, and then we're going to grab some squash, and then we're going to grab some lettuce. And there's an infinite supply of everything, so you don't have to worry about running out or missing it. Grab the apple and the melon off the fruit stands, and then we're going to head to the next section of produce right here. You have the grapefruit in this fruit stand right here, as well as the cabbage and red cabbage right next to each other. Make sure you get those 2. Very easy to miss one of them because they're so close to each other. There's going to be more squash here, and then there's going to be another apple right here if you need it. But the one we're missing for fruit is going to be the orange, which is right here. There's also another grapefruit if you need it. But grab the Japanese radish right there. And that's going to be the last one for produce. Now we're going to head over to the dairy section and grab some drinks. There's some more orange juice here if you didn't get it earlier. And there's 2 types of milk you have to get. There's the jug as well as the carton. Jugs are in the shelves, and then the carton's going to be right here in the middle thing. Right next to the milk is going to be your coffee creamer, so make sure you grab that. It comes in a gallon, even though it looks like chocolate milk. It's called coffee creamer, so drink that. And then in the next shelf of dairy products is going to be your yogurt, so grab that. And all the yogurts look different, but they count towards the same thing, so don't worry about the different label variants. But grab some cheese right here. I think this is the only place in the game where you can grab cheese. Then you want to head over here to the meat section, grab yourself a piece of raw meat, and then eat that. And then head over to the back right here. There is some baguettes, in case you missed that earlier, as well as some wine in this winery right here. There's also fish, which you can't eat that. You can only use it as a weapon, so we're going to ignore that and head to the middle shelf area. So the shelf area has a bunch of inedible food, so we're just going to go to the last one. You want to go to the last aisle right next to the refrigerators, so this one right here. And in here you can grab the snack off to the left, and you can grab cookies off to the right. So make sure you grab those 2. Those are the 2 dry foods in this game, so grab those 2 and eat them. And then we're going to head over to the freezers and grab some more stuff. There's a bunch of stuff in here. So you have to smash the freezers in order to get access to the stuff. You have the ice pops and in the middle you have 2 things of uncooked pizza, so make sure you grab that. This whole aisle is uncooked pizza, so keep that in mind. You don't have to break any of these, you just need to grab one. And in the last aisle is going to be the frozen vegetables, so go over there, smash open the thing, and grab the frozen vegetables. So grab that and then eat that as well. And now we have to get some more stuff before leaving, but that's all the basic food items. The other type of food items require a little extra work, so grab an extra frozen vegetables and grab 2 extra pizzas. So just head back to the pizza section, grab 2 pizzas. Make sure when you're doing this you have quite a bit of inventory space handy. Make sure you also grab another thing of ice pops, and then run over to the meat section and grab 2 things of raw meat. So that should be 2 raw meats, 1 ice pops, 2 pizzas, and 1 frozen vegetables. After you get that, you want to head back to the produce section and grab 2 cabbages as well as a thing of corn. So make sure you grab all of those, and we'll be done with everything here in the supermarket. So once again, that is 2 cabbages, 1 corn, as well as all that other stuff from earlier. As soon as you have all that, you can head on out and then head towards the food court. So just head through Wonderland Plaza and go over there. If you get lost, you can always use your map, but you should get a pretty good idea of where stuff is in this game. But once you enter, you want to head to this restaurant, and over here is going to be a microwave oven. You want to put one of your raw meats in there, and that should make the well done steak. Make sure you grab that and eat it. And then you want to put one of your pizzas in here, and that should cook it and make a golden brown pizza. And those are the 2 foods you have to cook. As for everything else, we are going to start making mixes. So we are going to head to the back. There's a couple of blenders in this food court, so you can just take advantage of them. So just look behind the counters. There will either be a microwave or a blender to use. So use any one of the blenders. We're going to mix the 2 cabbages together, and that should give us Energizer. And you also want to put one of the pieces of corn in the blender. And if you head back to that restaurant we were just at that used the microwave, it's going to be over here in the back. It's called Spicy Meatball, I think. And there's another piece of corn there next to a bunch of pieces of zucchini. So grab that and then mix it with the 1 piece of corn we got from the supermarket, and that should give us another drink mix. So it's going to be a lot of running back and forth simply because, inventory space. But once again, I recommend stashing your drinks somewhere and drinking them all at once, simply because they have funky effects that will slow us down, like making us sick or attracting zombies towards us. But anyways, those 2 pieces of corn should give you Zombate, which I highly recommend saving for later, because if you drink this thing, all the zombies will converge on you. But once you grab that, we're going to head over here to the back. This is the pasta restaurant right here. And once you're here, you want to make sure you grab a bottle of wine. There should be a bunch scattered all over the place. Grab this and then head to the blender. Any blender should do. Pop it in, and then make sure you grab some cooking oil. It should be over here at the burger restaurant. And put this in the same blender. So mix the oil with the wine, and that should give us another drink mix. So head on back. Make sure you're using the same blender, by the way, so you don't get confused. But that should give us the next drink mix. At the same time, you can grab 2 things of milk, and those are located in the ice cream shop. So mix those 2 together. That should give us Quick Step, which makes you super fast. And that should be the last drink mix, I believe. So once you grab all of that, just make sure you drink all your drink mixes, all 6 of them. And make sure you get all of them out of the way. And this will have some funny consequences, like all the zombies converging upon you, but you should also be invincible to damage, and you'll get super sick. So with all that in mind, you should be done with all of the drink mixes. And as soon as you do that, just make sure you get to a safe place. I like jumping up here onto the balcony walkway, and then you just kind of want to wait here until all of your food goes bad, and those will count as different types of food as well. It will take 15 minutes of real life time for all the food to either melt or go bad, but the 4 you want to end up with are going to be the spoiled meat, the rotten pizza, thawed vegetables, and melted ice pops, and those will each count as a different food item. Once you have all those, make sure you eat them. Keep in mind that eating the spoiled meat or rotten pizza will also make you sick, so try to do this in a place where you can't drop your items. Once again, recommend the balcony because this is a pretty safe place from zombies. And as you can see here, getting sick doesn't really affect you because you just drop your items in a place where you can pick them up again. But once you chow down on your last piece of food, you should get the achievement for 20 gamer score. And that's all there is to it.